baby cows too. They're like,
what do you call that thing? The pallet was absolutely worthless.
oh, they just use shittiest whatever nowadays.
Yeah, they did.
Not like his.
Couple of sticks glued together to make it long enough. Like, really?
They don't want to burn it because they don't know what type of glue they used.
No.
Yep.
And I got an open fireplace. Maybe I should just get an insert.
I like my insert.
I know, and I loved ours. Ours just happened to be in the living room instead of the kitchen.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what I should do. Or I'll just keep the heater on and use the propane.
Yeah, because we did the math and it was cheaper that way than other way.
Yeah, especially, I'm not going to live 20 years.
You don't know.
What if I do? But what if I do?
Dawn turned 91 this year. One of my COPs.
Yes.
Annalisa's grandma's 96 now. Of course, her mind stopped about 5-10 years ago. I don't want to do that. You know?
No, but you wouldn't know, would you?
I wouldn't want to,
Your mind would be gone. You wouldn't know.
I guess. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be numb to it.
No. That is pretty sad, though.
You know?
Pretty sad.
Yup.
But you never know what's going to happen. I'd rather go like Grandpa. Ken's going to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, he knew, but I also.
Henry was just stubborn. Go to the hospital. No, I got shit to do first.
Yeah. I go to
What the
the.
crap was that?
I go to the doctor when I'm supposed to.
Yeah, because Annalisa makes you. Bobo probably would have had Henry told her.
Right?
Crazy.
Yeah, but like you said, never know what's going to happen. I see, you got people that die from shit falling on their head. Well, some of the traffic accidents, like the one guy who had his head basically cut off, he was on the opposite lane of traffic. He was stopped at a stoplight, and that other...
Absolutely no reason for him to get his head cut off.
No, the other asshole was speeding, lost control, hit the center medium, jumped, and landed and took off his car. There's zero fucking shit you could do to prevent that.
Right.
Other than not be on the roadway. And how do you do that?
I don't know how you would do that.
That's the scary part. You can do everything fucking right. It's one thing for people to die by not looking both ways and getting hit by a bus.
Right.
But if you look both ways and somehow the bus comes from the air, what the fuck are you gonna do about that?
Right. Or an airplane part falling on your head.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
But Annalisa's paying big bill today.
Yeah. I called her earlier and she said, I'll have to call you back. I'm trying to deal with this stuff. I'm like, I just make it look easy. It's not easy.
Right.
She
You
said,
got plenty of time to spare.
yeah.
She's struggling, poor thing. I don't think they should make a wife cover a husband.
They don't make her. She doesn't want to go wheeling anyway.
No, but I'm just saying somebody else could do it, and that way she wouldn't be mad at you because you're doing your job.
Oh, I don't think she's mad at me.
Oh, too funny.
No, I just told her to leave all the paperwork. I'll do that when I come back.
Yeah. She still has to do all her job too, right?
Yep. That's why she got so much overtime the other day.
Yes.
She likes that money, so that's all good. like this all the way up to the pass, and then the next two parts of this trail, which is Tamichi Creek and Hancock Tamichi Pass. Those are supposed to be the harder wheeling. We'll see if that's accurate or not. So far, beautiful trip. 54 degrees, 10,776 feet. So this is a switchback. We're at 10,813 feet. We're gonna go around this and find out how much elevation we gain with each switchback. So it's 10,813, I think is what I said. We'll check back in at the next switchback. We have not made it to that next switch yet, but we are now at 10,913 right now. So that's 100 feet elevation. We're still headed northwest on this switchback. Not sure how much longer we got until we turn, but it's at minimum 100 feet. About how... Oh, look at that fog there, though. That's the fog we drove through to get up here. That's pretty cool. We are above the clouds. See the mountains through the trees there. Very, very pretty. Here's that razor they were talking about. And I shall pull over.
Alright, Baylor, when you see the guy go by, just do like a, I don't know, with fist, and that just means 0. If there's no one behind you.
So I brought Graham's liver snacks today. I got my sandwich that I made yesterday. I only had one of them yesterday, so I'm gonna eat the other one today. And I think that's it for now. Oh, I missed that. We're at 1,000 or 11,067, 068. So that means we've gone 250 feet before the next razorback yet, or switchback, or whatever we're calling it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause now. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I don't know if you caught the Jeep going up that or not, but this is the end of it. We're at 11,089, 90,
Couple of razors coming down.
91, 93. 11,096 feet here, and the last one was 12 or 10,913, if I recall correctly. So that's just shy of 300 feet. More razors. You notice how none of these razors are blaring their stupid music? Gotta hope it stays that way here in Colorado. The California cancer is destroying so many other parts of Colorado. I hope it doesn't turn into that as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put you on a brief pause, and we'll check back in later. It's 11,229. We're pretty far up there. I don't know what that little flag is. You can kind of see the fog still in the mirror. Some lightning stuff down there. We are at the top of Cumberland Pass. My GPS says we're probably gonna be at 11,000 something. 640, 642, 643, 44. So we're kind of leveling off at 644, 48, 49. Where he's going. Nice wide view. They grab me out to play. We are now headed down from Cumberland Pass. We are at 11,443. I'll double check my pictures, but this sign seemed to show that we were, my GPS, which is generally showing higher than I should be, or than the past signs, said I was lower. So I don't know, whatever. But pretty beautiful area here. There was a warning for fire near Gunnison, and the Gunnison County Sheriff, I guess, did a preventative evacuation warning. Not mandatory, but prepare for. On the southern end of Gunnison, which is where we were yesterday. Now we're north of Gunnison on different trails. As long as everything goes okay tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and take off on Wednesday. Only because it seems like they're closing, shutting down, whatever you want to call it. They're limiting the amount of runs we're going to have. So I was already kind of thinking about heading back on Wednesday anyway, since it's a day that there are no runs, and thinking about taking the boat out to the ocean. So we'll see. I got the new carburetor for the boat, so I'll toss that in. As long as it works good at Silverwood Lake, then I'll take it to the ocean. Play with it from that point. sell it. Because I don't take it out enough to want to keep it, I guess. But that's where I'm at the moment. We'll check in later. So we're almost at the bottom of Chamberlain Pass. It definitely seems a bit more moist here. The trees are thick and very green. Not a whole lot of dead. There are some, but it is a beautiful little area. Not 100% sure.
Here, I'm in two-wheel drive. We're coming up on our Alpine Tunnel Road here pretty soon on the left. And this is where you'll notice the grade is pretty consistent because this is where the narrow gauge went up to Alpine Tunnel. And it went all the way back down through, down to Pinkin and then over to Gunnison. So we have a turn here pretty soon.
So we're by the Alpine Tunnel. Is where we're close to, I guess. But beautiful view. Weather's been wonderful. Apparently the Gunnison Sheriff's Department has issued an evacuation warning for southern Gunnison. I haven't gotten any update on that. But I know I drove through southern Gunnison to get here, through Grand Junction, but I can go around through Buena Vista, I think, if I have to detour around. But as of right now, it looks like Gunnison itself is fine. Of course, we're right behind an airport in the city. At least that's where we're camped. So as long as they can keep it out of the city, we're fine. Looks like we have some side-by-sides coming up. I don't know if you're gonna wear the the full face mask. I think I'd just wear a helmet. But I guess that's just me. Here's a pick 'em up truck. A razor.
I just flashed them. I'm supposed to give you the fist thing and he waves at me. I'm like, yeah, no.
So this coming up should be our turn to Alpine Tunnel.
Somewhat together. Make a hard left here. You'll notice this is definitely a narrow gauge railroad came through here.
We have made the
Made the
turn.
turn, we're good. Yeah, we're all good.
So this should have all been a narrow gauge railroad.
So it's pretty wide, so it should be a two-way traffic situation here. But we gotta come up a little ways, and then I'll show you when to look up. It's a thing called Palisade. It was a huge engineering thing. When they built this railroad, they stacked rocks and stuff along the cliffside. I'll show it to you, and then we might actually stop maybe over there. Obviously it's not a Sunday, so hopefully there's not too much traffic going to Alpine Tunnel.
So I'm not sure how long ago they did this, but they cut into the mountain here to clear the path and keep the grade equal or the same, consistent. They just carved right check back in later. Nice little river down there. Nice little valley. We're still on our way up to Alpine Tunnel.
Water tank.
So this would be the foundation for the water tank that would fill up this train. This is the rock they stacked to build the roadway for the railroad. All hands stacked so they could build the roadway without the dirt falling down. That's what it looks like when they fail. You see the stacked rock on the left and on the right, and this is where there's been a small landslide. Pretty clear cut. So that's the stacked rock that forms the base. Looks like they're all ready to go. Graham, no. How about, he's trying to jump. Alright. Okay, so we have the left rocks, the nice white ones that are bordering this road. That's all hand laid so they could build this roadway so they could run that narrow gauge train. Pretty cool. They did that without GPS or any fancy computers. They just did it. And it's still standing. Go around this corner. You can see some of the rock has moved. Very minimal area to pass here, that's for sure. That's our tail gunner. Apparently, this trail here is only open in August. White rock on the left bordering the roadway, that's more of that hand laid rock in order to build the foundation so they can have the train track here. More of that foundation rock here on the left. They must have done a lot of work. I wonder how long it took them to make it. I do plan on doing a bit of research on this Alpine Trail or Alpine Rail, just because I'm curious. But to look at the side of a mountain and decide I'm going to go ahead and make it fit a railroad is pretty ballsy. It's something I think that is mostly lacking in the United States nowadays, and I think that's by design. I believe the current rulers want us weak. that's where we'll stop at. But look at that. There's like no trees on that mountain in front of us. And we're at July 26th, I think. And still quite a bit of water coming down. Hey, I found a Jeep. I found a 2 Jeep. And a 3rd Jeep. There they all are. So we're not that far behind. This one here, a mountain, was a lot easier to work with apparently than that one where they had to build the railroad. Build the road bed and stack stone. This looks like a lot of rock. I don't see any mining as to why they would have knocked all this down. Could just be weak granite. I don't know if granite's the right word or not. But it could just be weak rock. And it just falls off the mountain after every snow, every thaw and ice season. You can see right here, they had to cut into this on our right to level it for the train. Just pretty impressive for working with what they had. So that red and that white, where'd it go? Turn with that. So you would turn it to red or white, so the train would know either stop or you're clear to go. Okay. Number 4, CC low. Those tracks, all these set a little bit shorter profile than that set. So there used to be a house up there. That one there is kind of cool because it's got like pillars built into it. Maybe for windows, maybe for just storage or more strength, who knows. Two work sheds. They were apparently going to rebuild this, but never came to fruition, probably money wise. That is pretty. Come on, Graham. So here's the switch to make it go left or right. Those kind of resemble a frog. I guess they doing the same thing as a frog without the big bulky thing. And it looks like it moves this outer set left or right. 1881. Locked up. Be kind of cool if we could move it, but whatever. Not sure why they have it locked up, considering you can't derail a train that doesn't exist. There's something living under there. For being way up here, that water doesn't look all that clear coming out of there. These are your telegraph lines. Alright, we finished Alpine Pass, or Alpine Hole. We did toss a little bit of money into their little donation thing for all the upkeep they do, because someone has to upkeep this road and upkeep those buildings. Definitely well worth the trip. Enjoyed it. Graham went swimming. I think he was just getting hot. He walked in it, drank a little bit, and then walked around some more. So his seat's wet, but that's okay. He deserves it. He's a good co-pilot. He has never gotten us lost. You know what I mean? Can't argue with that. Pretty cool little view. Let's turn it a little bit this way. It's the first time I've been in four-wheel drive, and that is for the strict purpose of using the gear reduction to slow it down without dragging the brakes the entire time. So that's all that man-made shelf.
There's the trail way up there on 12 o'clock.
That is crazy. This part of the trail is actually kind of difficult-ish. I have the rear locker on. I have the front off. That's mainly because there's a lot of tight turns, and it just makes it easier to turn without the front locker. It also creates a lot less stress on the universal joints. So I'm not going to snap an axle way the hell out here. So there is that. And I believe we're almost at the top of the hill. Yeah, it looks like everyone's turning around. So this is, I don't remember the name of it. We're going to find out. This is Hancock Pass. So we came up this way to Hancock Pass. Now we're going back down it. And then we're going to do Tamichi Creek or Pass or whatever it's called. This is probably the only spot that's kind of difficult so far. And by difficult, I would say not technical, but just a lot of bumps, a lot of little rocks to climb over, but plenty of ways to go around it the easy way too. That trail directly in front of us is Tamichi Canyon. That's the one we'll go, or Tamichi Trail or Pass, whatever it is. But that right there is what we're going to go on, and we'll end up going through the center of that pass if I understand it correctly, which would be that. So that's the plan. We made it down Hancock with no problems. Now we're doing Tamichi Pass or Tamichi Pass, and that's the one we're on now. The trail boss said he's going to stop here at this one line so people can 10-100 if they have to. I was contemplating eating, but I think I'll wait till we're done with the pass. I will take my little buddy out, let him go walk around for a minute. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. There is water here, so he might get more wet, which, hey, we're here for him.
One in me, and I think you could probably put 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put 4 in here. And then if you want, you can go up and check out. I think there's a mine shaft hole right there. I saw when I was walking down.
That's some sort of boiler. It's riveted together. It was obviously on that half moon, half circle mount at one point. Well, there's no tubes on the inside of it. Maybe it's not. Well, I'm seeing a couple tubes. I'm not sure what that was, but it obviously sat on that. Now let's go park.
This is Tamichi Pass, and apparently this is where a landslide was, right where we're on right now. And above us is a little hill we have to go up and over. That's supposed to be kind of an off-camber type deal. So, we're going to be careful. And then from there on, he said it's easy. Jeep finally made it after 2 or 3 times and a bunch of stacking rocks. The first red Jeep, or the one right in front of me, had to back up once. I walked right over it along with the CJ7 in front of the Trail Boss and the 4-door JK that's behind me. So the only ones that had to do multiple times was the black CJ7 and the red JK. And I kind of think he said the red JK's front is open and the rear is locked, but I might be wrong on that. Either way, we all made it up and over that. It was pretty loose, pretty sandy, but yeah, no problems. Now we're following this ledge all the way to that corner way over there to our right. I think it drops off from there to the 50 and we take it back to Dennis. That's my theory, that's my thoughts, that's my questions, I don't know. Some weird plants way up here. Spiky, spiny. I took a picture of it at that mine. Bees were definitely enjoying it. I imagine not much else would. Yup. That's why I'll leave it until we're at the top of Tamichi Pass. Otherwise, it's more of this video. So we're on the end of Tamichi Canyon, or Tamichi whatever. There's a lime green truck, maybe Explorer. It didn't make it. Obviously rolled. So we're at the end of the trail. Temichi Pass, Temichi Creek. There's a cemetery with three plots here, and I think there's more over there. These have wooden crosses with the outline of burial plots. Interesting, anyway. An old cabin getting a new roof. Very smart idea. Let's build a new one on top. Pretty cool. He's a big guy too. Why is that thing asking me to kill it? And his little friend over here